Right, okie dokie, let's have a look at 9. We've got 4x squared, take away 3x minus 1. Everything's nicely arranged, quadratic. This looks a bit troublesome, doesn't it? But let's bear in mind our little hints then. First line, first term. Last line, last term. Middle line's middle term. It's the last line that'll be particularly easy. But we'll proceed on our usual approach and see what we can make of it, shall we? So we draw a pair of brackets underneath. 2 lines for the first term. It only takes a moment to do. Lines 1, 2, 3, 4. First line, first term. So what times what gives 4x squared? Well, we've got tons of choices. Because it's totally blank, it doesn't matter which way around we write them. So there's your 4x squared. And then we've also got 2x times 2x, haven't we? So those are the possibilities, aren't they? This possibility and this possibility. So that's all we can do in that regard for the first one. Now the next piece of the jigsaw is last line, last term. So here's the last term, minus 1. So what times what gives minus 1? Well, it would be 1 times minus 1. Now they're not, one of them at least is not the same, so we better put so there could possibly be an asymmetry there. So we can't just, don't worry about order, we have to worry about the order of where they are put down. So I ought to write the other case as well. So there they are, there's only 2 cases there. Now we've either got middle lines, the last thing in the jigsaw is middle line's middle term. So middle line, line 2, it'll be 4x in that case. If it were 4x times something, yeah, that would be line 2, and x times something else, and that would add up middle lines to middle term. The other possibility is the 2x times something, yeah, and then you've got, that was line 2, and then line 3 you've got 2x times something else, yeah, times something, and that middle line would add up to the middle term minus 3. So which one is it? Well, we need to go through and just have a look. We got minus 3 here, so it's negative. So you probably want to put that minus 1 with the big 4, I would think, is my first guess. So if I put 4x times minus 1 then, is minus 4, and then I got 1 that would give minus 3. So straight away, we've spotted that that's the combination. So we've got 4x and x, looks like it's the correct one, so I can put them either ways around. There's 4x and x, and it would be 4x times minus 1, so that would be minus 1 there, and it would be x times plus 1. That's the guess. So let's write it out more tidily just underneath. 4x plus 1, x minus 1 equals 0. Now is that correct? 4x squared, that's the first line. Minus 4x plus x is the middle lines, which is minus 3x, yeah? And then plus times a minus is a minus. 1 times 1 is 1. So that looks fine. Good. So there's it. There's the quadratic factorised then. So that product equals 0. So that can happen when the first product equals 0 or the second product equals 0. So what does that mean then? Well, this happens when 4x equals minus 1. Just move the 1 to minus 1 on the other side. Divide by 4 both sides, and you get x equals minus 1 over 4. There we go. That's one root, solution to the quadratic. And here, you've only got to move that minus 1 through the equals, flip its sign to 1. And that's the other solution. Let's just check them then. Put 1 in. 1 squared is 1. 4 times 1 is 4. So you've got 4 there. Then you've got 3 times 1 is 3 with a minus. Minus 3, take 1 is minus 4. 4 take 4 is 0. So that's fine. You can tap that in a calculator. I would, if you're going to use a calculator, I'd use minus 0.25 decimal if you're going to tap it in there. But I think we're fairly optimistic, fairly confident even, that we've got the solutions correct. Okay? But the method is right, I think. That's the crucial thing to take away from these examples. Okie dokie. Let's go on to number 10 then. Great.